Alright, so real quick, before the video starts, I just want to say that this video was kind of rushed. I did not want to make it again because I accidentally had my mic on mute. So if the audio seems kind of delayed to the gameplay, then that's my fault. The next video won't be like that, but enjoy the video, guys. Okay, so I ended up filming this like entire video thinking I was talking when I wasn't, so now I gotta redo this, so yay. So welcome back everybody to my channel. You can either call me Tristan, T-Dog, Visual, or whatever you want to call me. This video is going to be my top 3 favorite loadouts and like my best loadouts that I work with. So if you enjoy this video or if it helps, please drop a like, subscribe, and comment if you want to. It helps out and it gets my content seen more. But anyways, so I'm back. Here's some gameplay. A lot of this may not be too good of gameplay, but it's what I'm working with. Now I ain't the best at Call of Duty, especially like multiplayer. But I consider this good for me. But so the AK-47. This first loadout, I'm using the AK-47, and I'm pretty sure the Diamante. And the AK-47, what I'm working with, for the attachments and stuff, is it actually works really well. It works better close range for me, which you can attach a scope to it. It's completely up to you. Or you can just wing it and not use a scope at all. It's completely up to you, but I prefer no scope. I think it looks cooler, and I think I do better. But without a scope, it's good for close range combat, and I just find it has enough ammo for a couple kills. Like, I may get up to like 8 kills in one streak, and that's good enough for me. Like, the amount of ammo, I don't need a whole magazine like in LMGs and stuff. So yeah, I recommend using this. It definitely may not have the type of ammo if you use LMGs all the time. But yeah, I'd recommend using this. It's worth it if you're close range, like if you're best at that. And the Diamante, I don't know when I'm gonna start using this on here, but I don't do really good with it. I'm still trying to max it out, but it's fast. The fire rate with this gun, the Diamante, is insane. And now I may not be the best with pistols. Like, I am nowhere close near as good as pistols as I want to be, but with the right attachments, this gun can be insane. Um, and yeah, like, for the tactical and lethal, I just put random stuff, and, now, you can do whatever you want, but I'd recommend using what I use, because that's what I'm best at, and if you don't want to use that, that's, like I said, completely up to you, but I'd recommend, like, giving it a go or two, just to try. Um, so yeah, here we go, the Diamante. I'm starting to use it now. And immediately die, I guess. But yeah, this video was a lot longer than I thought it would be. It was originally like 40 minutes, but I narrowed it down some, like almost half. I probably could have done better at narrowing it. But yeah, I just got a triple kill. I think that was triple kill. But this gun is fast if you got the right attachments, and here we go. Oh yeah, I ended up getting the best kill cam or whatever it's called, best play on this, and you'll see why in a minute. Because boom, boom, we got another one up here. Boom, boom. We got like 2 or 3 more. Boom. I missed that one, but I killed that guy. and that scared the crap out of me. But anyways, I would recommend if you want to use a scope, either do the Axle or the Vision Tech, because they may not zoom in all the way, but you can definitely, it's more mobile. For the muzzle, I use KGB Eliminator, which helps with vertical recoil control. The barrel, I use a 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel. Increases damage, velocity, and the damage range. I recommend it anytime. The body, I will always use the GRU FMW laser sight, just because of the amount of hip fire accuracy it improves. The underbarrel, I use a Spetsnaz grip for horizontal recoil control. And it doesn't have the biggest, or I guess, worst con to it. I mean, it could be worse. So for the magazine, I use the GRU mag clamp, just because you reload quicker and you have more ammo. Um, and just so you know, my weapon level is a level 50, so if yours is maxed, I'd recommend using the GRU elastic wrap. But since mine's not a level 55, I'm using the field tape, which the GRU elastic wrap, I use that on every single gun. It is so worth it. But for the stock, I use a wire stock, and it just because it increases sprint to fire time, which I need that. For the Diamatti, I use this blueprint called a Hanjo. I got it from the Battle Pass in Season 4, and it doesn't give you anything, it just changes the look, which I like how it looks like that. But I use a sound suppressor on it, but I'd recommend using the infantry compensator, just because of the recoil control. Now, for the barrel, I use the 7.2-inch reinforcement. Okay, I guess I'm going way too fast. But, anyways, you get my point. Use what's on here, and it'll help you a bunch. But always for the handle, I'd recommend using the airborne elastic wrap, or whatever it's called. Tactical, I'd either use a stem shot or the flashbang. Lethal is the Molotov for sure. I am horrible at tomahawks. And for the field upgrade, I use the gas mine. I don't use field upgrades that much, but it's some to do. I also use the field mic, and that's probably the one I use the most. Now, for all of these loadouts, I use first perk, I use the engineer, and or I guess paranoia. Paranoia helps a lot, but yeah. Now, the second perk is the assassin, and the third is always going to be gung-ho for me. Oh, I guess it's going to be tracker. I am so bad at this. But yeah, gung-ho. I think it helps a lot because I love running around just shooting everybody. For the wild cards, I always use gunfighter. I barely ever use the lawbreaker. Okay, so with that loadout out of the way, let's move on to the QBZ and the AMP, which are basically a really good combination. I maxed the QBZ out in a matter of days. I mainly played Rush, I think. And it was super easy to get this like maxed out. The gun has really good recoil, and if you get it maxed out, it makes it even better. But the AMP has one of the best fire rates in the game, in my opinion. Besides this one other gun, I forget what it's called. But you'll see right here. I see a guy right there. You get good aim speed with it if you attach the right things to it. There's almost no recoil, and it just stands still. Like when you're shooting, it barely bounces up. See that? Boom. I mean, I am playing hardcore on this, so I can tell you for a fact though, uh, the weapons deal extremely good damage, and it's worth it to give these a try. Even if you may not like the guns, like I can tell you for a fact, I will barely ever use optics for my guns. So you'll rarely ever see me playing like that. And I died here because someone was hiding in the corner. Died here again from the same guy. Nope. Oh, I guess I survived. Alright. But the amp, which I don't know if I show. Uh it's so worth it to get it. I mean, you either had to get it from the battle pass or doing challenges, which I had to do the challenge to get it. But yeah, each gun are like most of these loadouts I'm showing today are, I'd say, meant for close combat, you know, all that. But here we go. I'm using the Damascus Elite blueprint for the QBZ 83. It doesn't do much. I mean, it just changes the look, like I said. Um, but yeah, I mean, I also got the cross check, but I'd recommend using that, what I got. But for the muzzle, I use a SOCOM Eliminator. For the barrel, I mean, for the muzzle, you can use either, but for the barrel, I use 15.5 takedown. It just helps so much. For the body, I use the SWAT FMW laser sight. For the underbarrel, I use the bruiser grip. It increases firepower and speed. I don't know about the handle though. That's the thing. See, the magazine though, for I use a I don't know how to say it, Stenag. For the handle, I use the airborne elastic wrap, and for the stock, I use a marathon stock. Just increases sprint to fire time, and it's so worth it to use it. But for the amp, I don't have any blueprints for it, so it doesn't matter. The muzzle I use is a SOCOM Eliminator, but infantry compensator helps too. For the barrel, I use a 6.4-inch task force. And for the body, I use a SWAT FMW laser sight. Increases hip fire accuracy. Magazine, I use a Salvo 22 round fast mag. For the handle, I always use the airborne elastic wrap. For the tactical, I use a stem shot. For the lethal, I use a frag. And for the field upgrade, proximity mine. Perks though, engineer, assassin, gung-ho. And I always use the gunfighter, you know, wild card. But anyways, let's move on to the PPSH and I think the Howard. Now the PPSH is the one that I'd say has the best fire rate. Like, it goes off, but the mobility, I mean, I may be getting this wrong. Now I'm not an expert on guns, but I don't know if the mobility's too good or not. But with the right attachments, your aim speed can be like crazy insane. And I'm using some sort of blueprint. I think I got it in last season's battle pass. Yeah, last season's battle pass. It's this one that just changes your I guess color of the gun throughout how many kills you got. But the Howard though is good, but you gotta be real close to someone to like kill them. But since I'm playing hardcore, it doesn't matter. Like, maybe from where I'm at right now to that bus, that's probably how far it'll go. It doesn't have the best range, but it's good at times. But this match though, I ended up getting the best play, I believe it's called, and it was crazy. Like, like I said, this gun has the best fire rate I'd say in the entire game, and it has crazy accuracy too. If you know how to control the gun, and I may not be doing too great right now on here so far, but at the end, it's insane. Like, I know I keep saying that, blah blah blah, this is insane, that's insane, but for me, I think I'm gonna try and go pro with this. Like, this may not work, but I think it'll be something for me to do. And I'm gonna be uploading YouTube Shorts on here a couple times every week, and yeah, so be sure to check out those too, because I don't know if I said this already, but I'm gonna use YouTube Shorts to my advantage, and try and just get my content out there. Because I've found YouTubers that have exploded from using YouTube Shorts. So I'm going to try my best and make more videos and make YouTube Shorts. But here's where it gets really insane, because this gun, I think it's just way too overpowered at times. Or I may have just found the right lobby to use this in. But like I said before, I'd recommend just using at least some of these weapons and just giving them a chance, or maybe maxing them out and then using them. Because for a while, the first gun I maxed out was the XM4, and I used the thermal camo, and yeah, it's worth it to max it out. But anyways, I use the PPSH with the Microflex LED. For the muzzle, I use the KGB Eliminator. Like I said, it helps out with recoil. For the barrel, I use the 15.7-inch Task Force. Body, I use the 5 MW laser sight. The underbarrel, I use the Spetsnaz grip. For the magazine, I use a Spetsnaz 71 round drum. Yeah, it's so worth it to use it. And always use a GRU elastic wrap, with the stock being the Raider. So the sprint to fire time is increased by 30%, and it helps out so much. But for the secondary, I use the Hauer 77. I got the glided rose, whatever on, the blueprint on. But I use the Microflex LED with, I think, I mean, you can use either of them, but Microflex LED works best for me. For the barrel, I use a 25.2-inch Task Force, which increases damage by 15%. For the magazine, I use a Snag 8-round tube, just for the increase of ammo. For the handle, I use the Airborne elastic wrap. And for the stock, I use a Marathon pad. And this just increases the speed by a ton. For the tactical, I use a flashbang, and for the lethal, I'd recommend using either a C4 or a frag. But for the field upgrade, I use a jammer, perks, gung-ho, assassin, engineer. And of course, wild card would be gunfighter. But these are my top 3 favorite loadouts in the game that I'm currently using, and I'd recommend giving them a chance. And to all those who have made it this far, I want to say thank you so much, and please like and subscribe and share this if you can. It means a lot, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.